Well, hey there, future nurses. Welcome back to Med Monday. I know it's Tuesday, but I'm working. I'm doing my travel thing, so it's a little hard to get these out with unstable internet connections, but we're getting it up today. So let's jump in and get started. Our medication this week is Prasugrel. The trade name is Effient. Its functional class, it's a platelet aggregate, and this medication is given orally. It inhibits ADP-induced platelet aggregation. Basically, it's a platelet aggregate. Now, why do we give this medication? Well, we give it to prevent thrombosis in patients with ACS, which includes unstable angina, non-STEMIs, STEMIs, PCIs, and we also give it to patients with peripheral vascular disease. Why do we not give this medication, or why is it contraindicated? Well, patients who are hypersensitive, we don't want to give this to them. Patients with TIAs, those are transient ischemic attacks. Patients with strokes, peptic ulcer disease, and patients over 75. And the reason being for TIA, stroke, peptic ulcer disease is because this increases their risk for bleeding. And again, with patients over 75, it will increase their risk of bleeding, and we do not want that. Now, we can give it with precautions to patients who are breastfeeding or pregnant, who have hepatic disease. And remember, our liver makes clotting factors, and so we want to be careful giving this to patients with liver disease. Surgical patients, we want to hold this medication per the MD before surgery so that we don't have any adverse bleeding during or after the procedure. We want to avoid giving this to patients who weigh less than 160, less than 60 kilos, patients with renal disease, and patients who have had recently a CABG, and that's coronary artery bypass grafting, because again, they'll be at risk for bleeding. Side effects include bleeding, headache, dizziness, edema, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, hypercholesteremia, and back pain, and that's predominantly in women. Adverse reactions, and remember, these could be potentially life-threatening, include leukopenia, thrombocytopenia, neutropenia, anaphylaxis, angioedema, anemia, severe bleeding, and intracranial hemorrhage. So what do we need to be considering as nurses when we're administering this medication? Well, we want to monitor cholesterol in patients with long-term therapy. We want to monitor for bleeding with concurrent use of NSAIDs, any other anticoagulant therapy, SSRIs, and rifampin. We also want to monitor for thrombocytopenia, monitor for thrombotic purpura, and monitor our liver panel, our renal panel, our CBC, and we want to check our PT-INR. Now, if you're wondering about thrombocytopenia, leukopenia, neutropenia, or agranulocytosis, I did do a podcast on these, so you can look us up on wherever you listen to podcasts. We're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, so you can look us up there, the Nursing School Simplified podcast, and you can learn about those. Patient teaching. We want to teach our patients, as always, with any medication, signs and symptoms of allergic reaction. We want to teach them to monitor for bleeding. That would be their gums, their stool, their urine, if they fall and develop a bruise that keeps increasing in size. We want them to know that they may be required to follow up for frequent lab work, that they should report bruising or bleeding to their physician, that they can take this with food to decrease GI upset, tell their healthcare providers that they're taking this medication, so especially if they're going to the dentist or they're going to be having any surgical procedures, whether it's inpatient or outpatient procedures. They should wear a medic alert bracelet. I always advise patients with anticoagulants or antiplatelets to wear medic alert bracelets. They're very inexpensive, and those can speak for them if they cannot. And we, as always, want them to consult their physician or pharmacist before taking any over the counter or herbal supplements because those can increase their bleeding risks. We want to remind them to not abruptly stop taking this medication and do not double dose if they miss a dose. So, our challenge question this week is Mr. Davis presented to the ER today with chest pain, shortness of breath for the last several hours. He was subsequently diagnosed with STEMI, that is ST elevated MI, and taken to the cath lab for PCI and stent placement. The physician ordered prasugrel 60 milligrams, loading dose now, and then 10 milligrams daily starting tomorrow. Unfortunately, the pharmacy only has 5 milligram tablets on hand. How many tablets are you going to give this patient? So make sure to leave your answer in the comments, and we will be drawing our winner for the $25 Amazon gift card. So I hope you all are having a great week, and we will see you next time.